In the second episode of The Acolyte, when May confronts Jedi Master Torben, she says she knows why he took the Barash Vow. I figure some people might want to know what that is. The series does give some context clues, but let's dive into it. The Barash Vow was an oath taken by Jedi as a form of self-punishment. If a Jedi did something they regretted, or felt like they had strayed from the will of the Force, they might take the vow, committing to recentering themselves with the Force. It was named for the Jedi Barash Sylvain, who felt she had caused suffering on a world thanks to her own prejudices. She listened to herself over the Force, and her actions led to war. Up until that point, she had been certain in her connection to the Force, but decided she could no longer trust herself after feeling responsible for the deaths of many soldiers. She vowed to stay a Jedi but take no action on the behalf of the Order until she regained her certainty. Previous examples seem to show Jedi who had taken the vow to go off on their own to meditate. Our introduction to the concept was in Charles Soule's Darth Vader comic. A master named Kirak Infala survived the Clone Wars and Order 66 because he had taken the Barash Vow and was in solitude. Torben's version of the Barash Vow had him not in personal solitude, but he certainly seemed to have isolated himself. He apparently just floats and meditates day and night, struggling with his guilt. The other Jedi say he hasn't spoken to anyone in a decade. The main point to Barash Sylvain's vow seems to be about taking no action as a Jedi. Whether they choose to do that as an act of silence or solitude doesn't really matter. So why is this important for the Acolyte? Before the Acolyte began, I thought Kel Naka may have taken the vow since he was described as living by himself. Maybe he did take the vow alongside Torben, but knowing for sure that even one character took the vow has big implications for the past. We've seen flashbacks to the first time Osha or May met Soul and the other Jedi. We've heard the story that May started a fire that killed her whole family. But if that were the case, why is Torben feeling so much guilt? Why is it that he would rather drink poison than, as May asks him to do, confess his crimes? Something big happened all those years ago. It seems to have affected Torben and Kel Naka more than Soul and Indara, and I love that whatever happens has become the central mystery of the series. After trailers and marketing, I thought it was going to be more of a whodunit, and we might have dragged out the twist of May and Osha being twins, but that happened right away and wasn't even treated as a twist. And now it's more about why May feels justified in these murders, which I think is great. I'm excited to see the answer, and I think it will be complex if the Jedi thought they were doing the right thing, only to cause some major problems. It's exactly the reason a Jedi should take the Barash Vow, so that's an A+ lore inclusion for me. But that's it for today. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel to keep up with all our Acolyte coverage, follow us on our socials, and consider checking out our Patreon page, where we'll release our video reactions and audio commentaries for every episode as they come out. As always, thanks for watching, and for light and life.